Hey, Ignite! So, 2017 is slowly coming to a close, and a lot of things have happened throughout the year that, not everyone, some people have missed it. So, we put together this video to just highlight everything that happened throughout the year, month by month. So, let's begin with January.
Hey. 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 All right.
So, we started off the year by our very own Pastor Mark preaching to us about #more. He talked to us about how 2016 was the year for sowing, and this year, 2017, was our year for reaping.
Okay, so I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want first? Okay, thank you. Bad news. All right, the bad news is that we didn't have a youth service for 2 weeks. That's the bad news. The good news is that won't stop us for having a youth service throughout the whole year. Right? We're going to continue this on throughout the whole year. Are you excited? Are you happy that we have a youth service? You don't sound happy. Are you happy that you have a youth service? So anyways, 2016 was don't stop, but 2017, the year coming in, our theme is more. Our theme is going to be more. Everyone shout more.
And of course, since we started #more, Kuya EJ called on all Ignite for their God-given talents to be used for songwriting. Speaking of Kuya EJ,
are you excited? I mean, God has brought someone very special to preach to us today. God has brought us a preacher, a very good preacher. And this is not his only time that he'll preach, but he will preach in the evening service, he'll preach in the youth service, he'll preach in the morning service. I mean, Kuya Omer's here to support you. So if he's here, that means it's something special. So, are you excited for our preacher today? Can we all welcome Pastor EJ?
we had the pleasure of listening to Pastor EJ preach for the first time to the youth, and hopefully not the last time. It was such a big deal that nothing else happened in February, so on to March. Going back on our theme #more, we started our road to 200 young people with #Project120. Starting the year off with about 40 youths, we grew into about maybe 100 youths, and if by the end of the year each one of us brings one friend, we might even surpass our 200 young people goal. On our Project 120, we also started our youth by visit to help along with it. We went to different homes to just, visit and reconnect with each other. And with that being said, by the end of the month, we introduced details and information about our annual youth camp, which will be held 3 months later. So in April, we started fundraising to bring our young people to the youth camp. Besides selling #DaringFaith t-shirts, we held a bowling competition to help fundraise for it. It was a huge success. A lot of adults from our church came out, and it was great because they were having fun for a good cause. On behalf of the youth, we would like to thank everyone who participated for sponsoring our Ignite team.
Behold the Lord, our God, will lead us home.
Also in April, our Ignite team sponsored our Good Friday service, which in my opinion, changed the way we usually celebrate Good Friday. Good job, Ignite! In May, we had a slight new change to our group. We had newly appointed leaders. For young adults, we had our very own Samira Jalmasco. For youth, we had Emina Bensan. And for JY, well, we still have JR, but that's not a bad thing. And in May, we had our annual day of worship where our Ignite team actually had a little surprise.
So Breathe Again is a song that will allow a person to express their thanks to God, their gratitude of how God just pulled them out from the situations that we're in. And it's also a song of declaration that God will take you out of the situations. I guess the sole purpose of the song is to emphasize how God is just full of grace and how his love is so deep that he will never leave you in those situations, and that He is more than able to just take you out of those. So, Breathe Again, I had the title written down, and I wrote the song revolving around the theme of Breathe Again. So basically, it just means freedom and relief from anything that is spiritually suffocating and overwhelming. Maybe any problems that you have, fear, an addiction you can't get over, or just anything that causes your spirit to be straight, dead, and breathless.
And with that, the team debuted with Breathe Again, which was sang and written by our very own Kendra Delmasco. Done! Our biggest month yet. Here is June. In June, we had our annual youth camp. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Our youth camp started with us riding a coach bus and going all the way out of Toronto to Muskoka to enjoy our 3-day youth camp. Compared to last year where we had to sleep in tents, this year we had our very own cabins.
This is gonna be our room for today. Actually, for 3 days, guys. Yeah. There you go. That's them. This is our washroom, guys. The shower room. There.
We're here at the Muskoka Woods campsite. We're going inside for the first night. We're going to the gymnasium for the first night of our Youth Camp 2017. We're trying to get a better signal for the streaming. Bear with us. Okay, welcome to Youth Camp 2017. Yay! The first night. What's up?
Welcome to the youth camp. Are you guys having fun so far? Yeah! Are you guys having fun so far? Yeah! Yeah? Okay, Kuya Nash.
We're just starting, guys. So, for our icebreaker before we start, while we're starting our program, here's Ate Sam.
On our first day, we decided to just, unpack and just chill. We gathered together and just played some games, which made a few people very, very competitive.
What is the the Bible.
Second last book of the Bible. What's the second last book of the Bible?
Who was the champion for NBA?
Woo! 2015! 2015! No glasses. You don't have glasses. You don't? Hi! Since when did you wear glasses?
Who was the winner of the NBA?
We've won.
Wrong! This man's in LeBron.
How many years is PCFC? 1, 2, 3, go.
First time? Wait, what?
How many years? Yeah, first.
What time? 10 years. 11 years. 10 pa lang! 11! I saw an invitation.
On our second day, we woke up bright and early to do a group devotion. We then ate, and we went on hikes, did archery, and we just enjoyed Muskoka's different features, whether on land or on water.
King Kong!
I can't anymore!
Hindi nyo pa napanood yung King Kong ito.
And of course, one of the highlights of the camp was our encounter night, where everyone felt the overwhelming presence of God, and it was just a great way to renew ourselves. It was just a very, very refreshing experience. At the end of the night, we held a 3-part talent show, including singing, dancing, and acting. On our third and final day of the camp, we had our youth service before packing up our bags to go back to Toronto. In July, we had our kickoff for our annual Sports Fest for both volleyball and basketball teams. Also in July, we had 2 more events. We held a small ignite, and we had our church anniversary, in which we held a special number.
We've been daring in our faith. Also, we're going to start writing songs. And this is a dare in our faith that eventually we'll start writing albums, and eventually we'll put it on iTunes, and eventually we'll do this for a living.
You are, my freedom.
Going back to our theme, #more, our Ignite team had a music retreat at Pastor Mark's house for songwriting. There they just took the time off to just learn step by step how to write songs and just how to bring out their ideas into melody. In September, the youth went to our annual youth conference, which was held outside of Toronto. I don't have a picture or a video of that, so just... In October, during our Ignite, we had our Sports Fest awardings. Along with playing games and singing, we announced the winners of both the volleyball and the basketball teams' winners. Congratulations to this year's awardees. In November, we had a great visitor who came all the way from London, England. We got to show CJ around downtown Toronto and bring her to different spots and different tourist attractions that Toronto has to bring. And that brings us to December. So the month or the year isn't exactly over yet, so the list isn't over yet. And I missed a couple stuff along the way, but yeah, that's everything for now, I guess. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the Ignite.